What's going on, everyone? It's been way too long since we've done this. I've been rushing around the house all day and finally getting settled in. I'm excited about tonight. You guys know how this works. If you've seen our broadcast in the past, let me know you can hear me and see me all right. Appreciate you guys jumping on tonight. Make sure you share this in your groups with your friends, all that kind of good stuff. Let us know where you're watching from in the comments. And we'll share those comments on here just like this. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate the intro comment there. Appreciate that a lot. So, like I said, big show tonight. A lot to talk about. I got two awesome guests we're going to bring on here in just a moment. Jason Young of Indiana Kayak Anglers and my man Cole Ritter with Grassroots Bass Yak, and they're going to be talking about their seasons. They're going to be talking about what's coming up in the postseason. We'll talk a little bit about SIAC. I'll cover that part, and then we'll probably get another episode later on with Matt and some of the guys from SIAC, and talk about what they got going on in the postseason as well. But tonight we got Jason and Cole, and I'm excited to talk about what's going on there. I'm also excited to talk about the 3 HKB events. Turkey Bowl is back. HKB State Championship for next year. We got some announcements there. And then a third event that's going to be part of our state championship. So we'll talk about that here in a minute. But looks like you guys can hear me and see me all right. I see the shares going out. I'm watching that over here on this screen. So I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. So let's get right into it. I want to bring on our first guest, which is going to be Jason Young, because they dropped a big announcement here recently about the Crossroads Classic, and I want to talk to him about that and what they got going on this weekend. So let me bring in Mr. Jason Young. What's going on, brother?
What's going on?
Oh, man, the kids are going back to school tomorrow.
Yours start tomorrow too, huh?
Yeah, they start tomorrow. So
does mine.
Been getting ready for that. Been working on the trailer. Been getting ready to go to Alabama. It's been crazy.
What are you doing to the trailer?
So I'm building a new one. Building a new one. I am using an old frame and kind of converting it. It's a huge trailer. It's like 19 and a half foot long. When it's all said and done, it's going to be ideal. I'm hoping it will be a 4 to 5 hauler, but we'll see. I have to lay it out first and see how things go. Wheelbase with all that kind of stuff. So we'll see.
It'd be nice. You'll be able to actually see it when you're backing up somewhere, right?
Yeah. You'll definitely be able to see it.
I've got that converted Harbor freight trailer that I use.
Mm-hmm.
And it works great, except it's a pain in the butt to back up anywhere because I can't see it.
Yeah.
It's just short and so narrow. I can't see it. I can't see it until it's too late, right? Like, oh, crap.
So the current trailer, if my kayak's on, I can see my kayak and I can it's fine. I have a backup camera too on the van, so that makes it easy. But this is going to be a big wide trailer for sure. It's going to be nice. So looking forward to it. Oh, Brock Howe up in Michigan. I bet it's nice up there. So, but man, so I've been doing that. Your kids are going back to school tomorrow too, though?
Yep. We just did the back to school night crap tonight.
Yeah.
Meet the teacher and wander the hallways. She's going to be an 8th grader this year. And her middle school is actually not still under, but they're remodeling it and rearranging a lot of things. And so it's under construction, which makes it super confusing to figure out how to get around. Like there's one part where she has to go to her homeroom class, and her homeroom is in the 6th grade hallway.
Yeah.
And because of the construction, the only way for her to get there is to actually go through the elementary school and then go upstairs and then go to it.
Yeah, there's been some confusion with ours and some stuff like that, but overall it's been pretty good. Franklin school district here has been great, and so I don't have too many bad things to say. But we probably ought to start talking about some other stuff, or this is going to start sounding like the Fishing for Dads podcast or whatever.
Grumpy Old Men podcast.
Yeah, Grumpy Old Men, which might be a great show if I had more time. I could start that up. So big announcements. That's kind of what this show's all about. And you guys just dropped a bomb, a week ago now? Crossroads Classic. You guys won it last year. IK, when I say you guys. And you guys get to pick the waters, and you guys decided on the beautiful smallmouth factory that is the White River.
Yep. I think it's going to work out well. We were trying to make it a little more exciting than the usual, have it on a lake somewhere, right? So, I think the whole team concept with Crossroads is interesting, anyways.
Yes.
But then you add on this additional necessity for planning river floats, and there's going to be that much more strategy involved now that you've got a team of 5 guys that are working together.
Yeah.
Right. So I think
what areas you're going to hit, who's going to partner. Yeah.
I think it's going to be tons of fun. We've proven that we can have pretty big events on the river comfortably. Really? So I don't think the 50 anglers is going to be that big of a deal at all. We've had 92 on it 2 years ago.
Yeah, because you've got from Broad Ripple is probably the furthest south.
So maybe there's another bombshell we're going to drop tonight. So I've actually updated the planning page today and the Tourney X page today, but I haven't actually officially posted it on the Indiana Kayak English page. But we're doing something a little bit different. Instead of normally we have, you can use these launch locations and that's it. A lot of that kind of got flipped upside down a little bit. Riverside Park, which was our southernmost launch, the park is actually closed. So you can't get to it through the park. And then there was a park up in Anderson that's actually closed also. So what we've actually done is we've made a north and a south boundary now. We've provided the list of the launches like we have in the past. But we're not actually limiting you to those launches. So any public spot that you can park and walk to the shore of White River and put your boat in, as long as you're not trespassing and it's a public place that anybody could use, then you're allowed to use that to get on the river. And so our north boundary now is actually Yorktown, up here right down the road from me at Morrow's Meadows Park. And then the south boundary will be Riverside Park still, because there's a few places in the area you might be able to pull out, but you could also put in at Rocky Ripple and fish and then paddle back to Rocky Ripple. But
wow. Well, you guys are going to have your captain's meeting probably Friday night still, or
we actually haven't scheduled that yet. We're still talking about that.
All right.
So maybe within the next few days.
For the IK event coming up, and then you guys will also probably have one, I'm sure, for Crossroads Classic. The IK event, is it the same as always, or are you guys utilizing this boundary for that event?
No, that's for this weekend.
Okay, that's for this weekend.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. And Crossroads Classic will be the same then?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, we don't have any reason to change that.
So verify that.
So it'll give so you look at a lot of different series when they do river events, they don't tell you where you have to launch, right?
Sure.
So we're kind of going that route, but we still want to have the information available for anybody that might not have a whole lot of opportunity to visit the area before the tournament.
Yeah, some of those launches can be pretty tricky,
Yeah.
And not so easy to find. So.
Right. So it gives people something to start with anyways for their planning.
Cool. It's definitely going to be exciting to see who qualifies. Obviously, we've got 3 series here in Indiana that will qualify teams for the Crossroad Classics: IK, GRBY, and SIAC. It'll be definitely interesting to see who qualifies. Every series bases it off of AOY. Now, we're going to talk to Cole here in a little bit about GRBY. They're doing something really interesting. I love what they're doing. with their format when it comes to the qualification for crossroads. I mean, it's perfect for their format. But for you guys specifically, you guys are doing AOY. You got 2 events left. So you got the White River event, closes out regular season, then your postseason, your championship is going to be. That's not yet been announced, has it?
So our plan right now is to be able at our awards on Saturday, the end of the White River event. We're gonna have a live awards thing at Moving Water Outfitters.
Yeah.
And Chef Jason's gonna be on the grill, so swing by and grab some grub.
There you go.
But we'll be able to announce the anglers that have qualified for the championship at that point.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to announce the venue for the championship.
Okay. Can we get like north, south, central from you? No, nothing. Oh man, poker face. Okay. All right. I was hoping. Well, that's all right. I respect it. I love the fact that you guys aren't announcing the championship location. I love the element of surprise for that. You still have a week. If you want to go practice, you can, but it's not like you could spend all year practicing for the event. So that's cool. I like it. Levels the playing field a little bit there. So that's cool. Speaking of AOY, what a race this year. You guys have had nothing but unfortunate events.
Right.
I literally could probably write a comic strip about all the unfortunate stuff that's happened in your guys' season. But what it's definitely done is made the AOY race for IK extremely interesting to watch. For a minute there, I thought, Darlington was just going to slip up and just give it away. But nope, not so much. He's right there.
Yep. So, yeah, it's been kind of crazy, starting with the very first event of the year, right? When only 4 of 72 anglers actually scored any points.
Let's not give that event any more time. Moving on.
but it kind of threw a wrench into things, right? And then having to cancel Mississinawa. Here we are going to our last regular season event, and there's literally nobody. We're doing the best 3 of 5 at this point. There's been 4 events, and there is nobody that has scored in 4 events yet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's I've tried to kind of run through different simulations in my head.
There's too many.
What happened? It's just crazy right now.
Yeah,
especially for your like top 5 or 6, it's just nuts. And then you throw in the fact that the score you don't get to drop is your championship score, right? So that puts a lot of pressure on you to perform at the championship. Now there's been I don't think last year was one of them, but maybe 2 years ago, Aiden had such a lead that all he had to do was catch a fish at the championship, and he won. But I don't feel like it's going to be that way this year. I think this year's going to be a battle to the end.
Well, let's talk about who are our top 5 moving into this final event in your AOY standings right now.
So in 5th place is Drew Duncan, who started out the season hot with that win on Monroe.
Sure did.
He caught 4 of the 7 fish turned in, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Solid day. Jim Orr is in 4th place. Ooh. He's just had a consistent season for sure. Jack Vanderberg.
Yeah.
Another young gun right there in 3rd place. And Jim and Jack are 1 point apart currently.
That's exciting to see Jack out there, man.
Yeah.
He's definitely put in the work. And
absolutely he has.
Himself, so that's awesome.
Absolutely has. And then Mr. AOY himself, Aiden, is snuck back up into 2nd place. And then Cole Clefman is having a solid season.
Yeah.
No score at Monroe, but he's had I'm going to struggle to do math in my head. He's had 3 top 10 finishes since then, including a win on Summit and a 3rd place in the 5 county shootout. So
yeah, he's done well in other series as well. Honestly, I mean, right. I knew the name prior to this season. Like obviously, I've seen him and stuff, but I did not realize how good of a stick Cole was.
Yep.
He's definitely opened my eyes. So shout out to Cole. I mean, leading IK is no easy feat. Whether he gets AOY or not, he definitely proved himself this year. So it's been cool to see. It's also interesting to see that we only have one OR in that top 5. Like, where's Junior at? It's surprising not to see him in there. Is he even in the contention at all?
He's actually in 15th place right now. So he's actually currently qualifying for the championship. But that's where this last event's really going to shake things up, I think, right? Because he's actually only scored 2 events because blanked at Monroe and then didn't fish Summit.
But he's got 2 higher finishes still, though, right?
His other 2 finishes are second place finishes.
Yeah, so he gets a top 5, even top 10. He's right in the mix for the AOI race. So definitely an interesting one, guys. If you're more interested in an AOI race for IK, you guys have it posted on your website.
Right.
It is definitely interesting, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It looks like you guys already have like 15 plus people signed up for White River this weekend. And
those are rookie numbers.
Yeah, that's
hope to bump that one up a little bit.
Right, that's nothing. But as we know, in Indiana, no one signs up until the last 10 minutes. So there will be definitely over 50 for sure. I don't think we'll hit those 100 numbers that we've seen in the past, but
no, not this year.
But it's definitely going to be a big turnout. It's going to be fun. Once again, of course, I'm missing it. My schedule never seems to line up with this event, and so
you're heading to Alabama, right?
For me, yeah, heading to Alabama. Exactly. Guys are already down there. I got to go down and meet them here soon.
So there's 5 guys that would maybe consider fishing with us that are going to be down there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, well, man, I'm excited about Crossroads Classic. I'm excited to see that go down. It's going to be fun watching all these big smallies caught in the late summer, early fall. So
don't forget the Hoosier Big Bass Hunt. There's several guys that could use some upgrades on smallmouths and.
I've not fished for smallmouth yet this year, in
right?
Indiana, and I need to go out and do that. I think I got a 21. I don't know, 21 and a quarter, something like that. So if I could go find like my PB smallmouth, that might put me in contention. I don't know.
You have a 21 and a quarter on the board right now?
Largemouth.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a smallmouth. Okay. I haven't caught a smallmouth in Indiana.
Okay.
I don't even know how to. But yeah, so awesome, man. Well, I'm going to bring Cole on. I invite you to stay and hang out if you want. If you need to jump off, feel free. But I'm going to bring Cole on here. Talk to him about GRBY, and then if you're still hanging out, I'll bring you back on after that, okay?
Sounds good, man. It's good talking to you, Sam.
All right, you too, buddy. Thanks.
Bye.
All right. Well, there we got the inside scoop on IK. A lot going on. Now let's talk to our man, Cole Ritter. What's up? Oh, I got you muted here. There we go. Now you're
there.
Here.
We go. Hey, man.
What's up, Mr. Hobie Fishing Team?
Oh, just here. I'm here. It's past my bedtime. It's almost 9 o'clock.
I know. I got to get up early, get on the road, get these kids to school, and get on the road. I'm ready to go to bed myself, but we got a lot to talk about. So
we got important business. So
we do. So, man, Crossroads Classic. How's the GRBY admin group feeling about Crossroads Classic on the White River? You guys excited?
I'm loving it. I was hoping for maybe a day 1 on the river and a day 2 on the lake, vice versa, something like that.
I like that.
Mix it up a little bit, that way you've got a little bit of both. But I think having it on the White River, that's home field advantage for GRBY and IKA. So
absolutely,
I'm excited about it. It'll be good, and I'm looking forward to the way we're choosing our team this year. And I think that should give us a pretty good stout team to compete for the win, hopefully.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a lot of crossover, between GRBY and IK guys and fishing those events. So definitely, guys having multiple opportunities to qualify. Now, your guys' format being a lot different, since you're not just one big series, you're several series. You have 12 AOIs in the state of Indiana?
12 in between Indiana and then our one in Michigan.
And your one in Michigan. Okay, so you're clean. So you got 12 AOIs. And how do you pick who fishes?
So this year we're going to take the AOY from each series. And then if we have, say, like Brian Moore, he's already qualified in AOY on the trail series. He just sealed AOY on Raccoon this past weekend. So
nice.
The way we're going to decide which one those guys are representing is we're going to take whichever one he sealed first. So in this situation, he sealed the AOY for the trail.
Yep.
So Raccoon will roll down to second place.
Okay.
And whenever we pick these guys for the Crossroads Classic, we're going to make them commit to not only fishing that, but then fishing Crossroads itself. We don't want to have guys that are in there that aren't going to be able to fish Crossroads, if they've got a scheduling conflict or whatever. So that's what we're going to look for in our guys that are going to fish the fish off. So we'll take the AOY from each one or roll down as necessary. Then they're going to do a GRBY style fish off on White River, and it'll be the week prior to Crossroads. So it'll still be our typical format where you pick one of the 5 days, Thursday through Monday, and your typical GRBY day, and go out, put up your best 5, and Monday night we'll see what our team is and have a couple alternates picked as well.
Wow. Okay. So you have potentially up to 12 guys fishing the fish off, and 5 of those guys will qualify.
And then we'll take 1 or 2 alternates as well.
And 1 or 2 alternates.
Just in case.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. I like that. That makes a lot of sense. I was curious as to how you guys would do that. You did something similar last year to that.
Similar last year, but we did, it was basically any public water is what we put it on. So it turned out to be a little bit of a honey hole event, and, which was fine. It's not a big deal. You still got some hammers out there that we ended up putting on their team. And, it was a good time and it worked well. But I think, to put the best product together to compete this year, doing it on the actual water will be the best way to handle it.
Yeah, I love that. I think that is the best way to handle it. I was kind of wondering if you guys would just isolate it to only GRBY lakes, or if you'd have the free for all again. But I really like you guys going to the White River and hashing it out there. So that's really cool. Well, man, on top of that, man, the GRBY season's winding down. We got the final events of the year.
We've already closed out Lake St. Clair. That one's done and over with. And every other series is in their final event now, and it'll wrap up by the end of the month. So,
and the AOY races are crazy.
They are crazy tight right now.
I mean, we know Brian now is clinched 2, which phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Well, then we got another Brian Rudolph. He's the one that won Lake St. Clair.
St. Clair. Okay. All right.
I think every other one has multiple anglers in contention still. So,
yeah.
It's going to come down to the final event.
I know, for example, so like Nyona looked like a sure bet with Nick, but he fell a little bit this week. I wasn't able to get up there, so that knocks me out. So it's a 2-man race there, right? Chip and Nick. I think that's what we were talking about
Nick,
before.
Yep. The 2 there.
That's awesome. And then so like Monroe, there's me, Austin, and Troy Riggins, I think. I don't know if there's anyone else that can pop in there or not, but definitely Troy and Austin. Because I grabbed the first 3 and then dropped the next 2 pretty bad. I choked again like I did last year. So
Austin has a chance to win, and Steve can tie. Are my notes, So in GRBY, all our ties on AOY go to who has the biggest bass for the series.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm pretty sure Troy Riggins has a really good shot as well.
Does he have one as well? Okay.
Yeah, he's got 2 higher finishes and then a dud. And I think so maybe a couple duds. So if he can or maybe he's got 3 hires and a 1 dud. Anyway, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. But so that race is tight. Summit, which I've been fishing hard, that one is crazy. I think there's like the top 10, top 8 are in contention to win there. Those are the ones I know about. I'm sure West Boggs and Sullivan are pretty close too.
West Boggs is okay. So here, I'll just run through them all real quick. I've got Bluegrass. Let's see, Matt Johnson, Matt Kiefer, and Glenn all have a chance at AOY still, and they all could tie as well potentially.
Wow.
And then it would go to Big Bass. Brookville, Jason Merritt has no, excuse me. Okay, so Paul Worley has 395. Jason Merritt and Austin Killian are still in it with 394, both of them. And right now, Jason Merritt has the Big Bass tiebreaker. So that could go to any of those three. Brush Creek, I haven't got those updated ones yet. I need to do that in the morning. I'll go ahead and say it now. Tomorrow night, Brian Spray and myself are going to be on GRBY Talk, and we're going to go through and do a deep dive into all the AOYs.
Sure.
It'll be 7 o'clock Eastern time.
There you go, everybody. Make sure to tune into that.
So
I'm just a fan of the sport. So like the AOY races just get me excited. Whether I'm in them or not, I'd love watching the AOY races.
Yep. We talked Iona. Raccoon's locked up with Brian Moore. And that's something the anglers have to remember. Like Raccoon, Brian might have already locked that up, but now – Brian's not going to be in the fish off for Raccoon. He'll be in it for the trail. So we've got Ryan Reedy, Mitchell McCollum, Mason McCollum, all, competing for that second spot now to try and make that fish off. So that makes things interesting with that. Lake St. Clair was won by Brian Rudolph. Sullivan's interesting. Brian Moore right now is the only one with the shot to take over AOY from Brian Sparks currently. So then that turns into a, second place race as well if Brian Moore would win that. So
and that's this week, right?
That's this week, yeah.
Is Sparks signed up?
Sparks is fishing Sunday.
All right, so he's making the trip back from AL and trying to close out the deal and get an AOY title and block.
Yeah. Fortunately, he's in the driver's seat. So, I would much rather be in that position than making that drive back and then, trying to scrap and claw my way. So, he's sitting pretty, and, that will be real interesting to see how that one lines out.
Yeah, Brian Moore, possibility to be crowned AOY 3 times in a season, like crazy.
Summit's wide open. That's one we were talking about earlier. There's like 7, 8, 9 guys that are all in the running for that one. So that's going to be an interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Sure.
That one has been surprising to me. I went out there and was only going to fish one event, and then I was able to get to the second one, and then the whole AOY thing started unfolding. I was like, man, the lake's fun. The AOY race is fun. I'm definitely going to have to keep fishing it.
And that's a lake that I don't like clear water, so that's not a lake that I like to fish. I've fished there, I think 3 times, twice for a tournament. I go out there, great practice, best practices I ever have, and then tournament comes around and it's just like
stop practicing,
disappeared. I know that's what I need to do. That's my problem, but I'm thinking clear water I need to try and get better at, so I need to practice, and then nothing. So.
Yeah,
that's Steve a lake Martin that frustrates me a lot.
Steve Martin here saying Troy is in the running, and also Merlin saying Boggs. We got Glenn and Jim also.
Yep, Boggs, actually, there's all the top 5 can still win. Glenn, Jim Strunk, Merlin Hammer, Ryan Reedy, and Troy Stinson.
Wow. That's awesome. That's what you want. Like at the end of the year, you want it to come down to the last event. Like as a competitor, you want that. As a fan, you want that. It just makes it like super exciting, So the runaways are cool, I guess, but those last minute heroics, some people choke like I do, and some people rise to the occasion and steal those AOYs, and that's what's fun to watch. So I'm excited, man.
White River's down to two competitors. Nick and Mitchell McCollum are the only 2 really left that have a shot at AOY for that one. And then the trail, like we talked, Brian Moore's already got that one wrapped up, and that's all of them for us.
Awesome. And then you guys have your championship September 10th, 11th, or 11th, 12th, something like that.
Here, I pulled my card out. 11th and 12th.
Yeah. Patoka Lake. So that's going to be a fun event. Big water there to fish. A lot of different things to fish there. So that's going to be an exciting event. And that's not just Indiana, right? You have the Illinois series and Michigan, Detroit there.
Michigan as well. They're all going to come together at Patoka. 2-day championship. If you have fished 4 tournaments in one series, you qualify. So I've been compiling a list here the last few weeks, and I'll be getting that posted up here in the next week. I think we're over 80 anglers now that have qualified. So, we're getting there. And that's a list of just Indiana. I haven't even started pulling in the Indiana guys. So we should be well over 100 anglers that qualify. So I would say we've probably got 80 to 100 that will come down to Patoka and show up. It should be a good time. We've got Darlage Custom Meats is going to put a dinner on for us on Saturday night. And then Sunday, just going to be we'll do tournament Saturday, dinner. Sunday, we'll finish up the tournament. It'll be a little bit of a shorter day, and then do awards Sunday evening. And
you guys need time for awards. You got a lot of awards to give away.
Yeah, we got a lot to go through between AOYs. We've got a Hobie Pro Angler that goes to the champion of the championship. We've got the Hoodoo Hammer for the Hoodoo Hammer of the Week that we've been giving out entries for every week for big bass. And then we've got another Midwest Kayaks pedal drive that's just going to be a random drawing. And then we've also got the On the Water Innovation Kayak trailer that's going to be given away. So that I've been starting to see that come together, and it's going to be pretty sweet. I'm hoping we can get an episode with Denny here in the next couple of weeks at GRBY Talk and have him go through the trailer, show it off a little bit, and should be getting that here in the Hoosier State in the next few weeks. Jim's going to go after it here, so it'll be a good time. And then we've got all kinds of other, Dakota Lithium batteries, Blues baits, Wicked Weights, you name it. We've got a ton of great sponsors that have come together, and
it's incredible.
You'll walk out of there with probably, I hope everybody can walk out of there with their entry fee at least in prizes. But that's our ultimate goal. It's with 100 anglers, it's going to be pretty steep ask this year, but we're going to do our best to make it happen. You'll walk out of there with some baits at least, so you'll have a good time no matter what.
Justin says it best right here: 3 kayaks and a trailer. Just crazy. I mean, over $10,000 in kayaks and trailers. Yep. I mean, that's nuts for a little grassroots club to be pulling that out. We didn't talk about IK's championship. They got a crazy awesome package too. I mean, somebody's gonna walk away like with just the rigged out setup. That's gonna be really
because they've got 100 amp hour Dakota, a New Canoe Unlimited, I believe, and it's got a Motor Guide XI3 with pinpoint GPS on the front, if I remember right.
Yeah,
that's not a bad setup.
It is not. Like, I'm so impressed with what the support has been for our series here in Indiana. Now, speaking of the championship, as GRBY's growing, and you may not have the answers to all this right now, just kind of thinking about this. As GRBY's growing, you're expanding in Illinois, into Michigan. I know there's been talks of expanding everywhere. Are you guys going to continue to just have one joint championship, or will each series have their own, or kind of both? Like, how's that work?
We're still trying to figure that out. We're trying to figure out that process. We enjoy what we're doing, and we've kind of helped nurture Illinois along and get them, but the goal is for them to grow to what we've grown over here. So, having, even with this year's championship, there's not many lakes where we could host this thing because, I mean, you've got 100 guys coming together. You've got to find, camping, cabins, all that stuff.
Parking,
so you look at Indiana, and there's only a couple locations where we could have it. If Illinois keeps growing and we're looking at 200 anglers, then that limits us even more. And I don't know, there might be, I mean, you could probably still do Patoka with 200 kayak anglers, but you're almost outgrowing anything we've got in Indiana. So at some point we're going to have to divide a little bit when we get to that point and go off. But, we'd still like to get together and do, maybe an inter-GRBY crossroads type tournament or something like that. But
yeah, absolutely. Well, that's awesome, man. I'm definitely enjoying watching this thing grow and seeing it spread out. It's really cool. So You guys are doing an awesome job over there, man.
Thanks. Appreciate it. It's a blast, that's for sure.
What's that?
I said it's a blast, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, man. I think for everyone involved, it's definitely been fun. So definitely looking forward to see what the changes are next year. We'll get you on later on in the off season to talk about those and what you guys got going on. So as well as the other groups here. Well, Cole, man, I thank you for coming on and talking GRBY with us tonight, giving us a recap. Same thing, like I said to Jason, feel free to hang out if you need to go. That's fine too. We're going to start talking now a little bit about what's coming up with HKB. And it has a lot to do with all these different series that we're talking about. So feel free to hang out, man, if you'd like. I'm going to drop you out here for just a second, and we'll see you a little bit, okay?
All right.
Awesome. Well, I mean, if you don't get excited about 3 kayaks, an OTWI trailer, and a bunch of other prizes and awards, I don't know what you can get excited about. We talked a little bit about IKA setup too. I mean, there's plenty to fish for in Indiana. If you missed out on some of these series this year, definitely try and get into them next year. It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot to fish for. We haven't talked about SIAC, so I want to talk about them real quick before we get into the HKB stuff and make these final big announcements that I know you guys are all waiting on. So I'll get to it quickly here. SIAC also has an awesome series going this year, crazy AOI race as well. Years prior, it's been pretty one-sided, especially last year. I mean, Thomas ran away with it. This year, a lot of people in contention. A lot of people still need to get in a couple more events like myself. It's going to be really fun. They've got 2 more, which one starts this week. Make sure to get signed up for that. It's statewide. It's I think it's $35 to enter. You can fish any public water in the state. It's from Thursday to Sunday. You can fish that every day if you want, one day if you want, one evening. You can never leave your kayak. Whatever you want to do, fish wherever you want, public waters this week. There's already like 16-some people signed up for it. So it's gonna have a pretty decent turnout. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Make sure to jump in that. And then 2 weeks from now, they have their nocturnal event that they have every year, which is really fun as well. You pick a Friday or Saturday night and you fish from, I think it's 7 to 7, something like that. Details are both already uploaded on Tourney X. That AOI race is really going to be fun to watch, so make sure to check that out. You can join their group if you're not already a part of that, Southern Indiana Yak English Club on Facebook. Their last event at West Boggs was a blast. We had a really good time, and I'm expecting these next 2 to be fun. Their championship, also in September, is on Bluegrass down there in Evansville, which that time of year is a phenomenal place to fish. A lot of big fish are going to be caught in that event. You definitely want to qualify for that one. And then they also are going to take their top 5 in AOI and take them to the Crossroads Classic. So going to be fun to see those teams all competing in that event here at home, not having to travel far. So really excited about that. All right. With that all being said, I still got Jason and Cole in the green room. They want to hang out, so I'm going to bring them on if that's all right with them. So let's see here. Welcome back, boys. Welcome back.
What up, Cole?
What's going on, Jason?
I wish I had Matt in here tonight, but I have found –
That's a lot of big heads, and I would feel really outnumbered without the facial hair, so I'm glad that it's probably a good thing we don't.
Yeah, I've found that more than 2 guests gets a little bit difficult, not only for just the conversation side and timing side of things, but also my internet can't handle it. So I limit it to 2 anymore is what I found. But like I said, we'll get Matt on later on in another episode to talk about all that. All right, guys. So this is going to impact you guys as well with your series and your clubs. So I'm definitely excited to hear what your guys' thoughts are on a couple of these things. So we're going to talk about the state championship and this new event next. But real quick, I want to make some announcements. The Turkey Bowl is back. I've already mentioned it a couple times. Yes, I'm excited. Hopefully we never miss another year of this. Turkey Bowl 2022 is here. It's happening November 6th, and it is going to be on the beautiful West Boggs Lake in Lagodi, Indiana.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I've been wanting to announce this for a long time. I've been working with the folks down there at West Boggs. They have some different restrictions and stuff there with their board, but we were able to work out something. So one big thing everybody needs to keep in mind is there is a limit to the amount of teams we can have this year. So with West Boggs, they have an angler limit per tournament. They were gracious enough for this event because of what it's about to raise that. So we are limited to 51 anglers, which is 17 teams. So if you guys watching, you don't know what the Turkey Bowl is, you're hearing about it for the first time. The Turkey Bowl is a 3-man team event. It's a charity event. It's all about getting the Indiana anglers and others together kind of at the end of the year, cap everything off, have a really fun event, but also give back to the community through a food drive. So anglers are encouraged, not required, but are encouraged to bring non-perishable food items. We've even had people bring some frozen turkeys and stuff like that too, so that's fine. But non-perishable food items, donations. The last time we had this, we literally had a truck bed full from bottom to top, from back to front of food. That was amazing. My goal this year is to load the van up, like just completely load the van up. So 3-man team event. It's a 3 bass limit. You can find all this information on HoosierKayakBassin.com under Turkey Bowl or under HKB events. And registration is open now. You can sign up. We have a 17-team max. Entry fee is $150 per team, right? So that's $50 per angler to get into the event. And we're going to have awesome sponsor prizes and trophies and all that kind of good stuff. I do not have our post-tournament headquarters and meeting. I'm not ready to announce that just yet, but I will as soon as everything is buttoned up on that. But we'll try and have something really cool for you guys, a warm place for you to go and hang out. Options are a little limited in that part of the state, but we wanted to take it further south. Years prior, we had it at Geist, and there's some unique challenges there at Geist, but wanted to get it as far south as we could, and have a place where everyone can go out and catch a lot of fish and have fun. And I think West Boggs is a perfect place to do that this year. So I'm excited about that. What do you guys think about West Boggs for the Turkey Bowl?
I think it's going to be tons of fun.
Yeah, I've not made it down there yet to fish that lake, and I think that's a good reason to go right there. So,
yep.
Sounds like a good time.
Let me say this. I've been there and struggled a couple times, but the last 2 times I've been there, I'm blown away. This is not to sound braggadocious or anything like that. I've literally sat in one spot pretty much all day and just fish after fish after fish. And some decent sized fish too. And I've heard other people say that same thing. Like they don't even have to leave. They can fish the same log all day, the same grass patch, the same point. Or you can just kind of move around. It's just a fun lake. And holy cow, the size, the way, how fast these things are growing, is ridiculous. 18s and 20s being caught pretty regularly out there. A 15, 16-inch bass isn't out of the question at all. I mean, it's insane because just 3 years ago, 12, 13 was a big bass there. I mean, they restocked that lake and they're just growing quick. I'm really, really excited about what this lake is going to be over the next few years. And it seems like they got their head on right when it comes to management of that lake and keeping the tournament pressure down a little bit. So definitely excited about what's going on there at West Boggs, and excited to have the Turkey Bowl there. I even look, Merlin saying funnest lake in the state, quantity and quality. I mean, it's going to be a fun event. There's already one team signed up, guys. They're called the Indy Knights, and it happens to be Justin Staley, Chip Romanovich, and yours truly. So if you think you can handle, the pressure of facing off against the Indy Knights, sign up, and we'd love to have you. But yeah, it's just a fun event, guys. So please come out and join us. More info again on HoosierKayakMasson.com, or you can check it out on Tourney X too. So,
are you signing up as an individual on Tourney X, or you're signing up as a team name on there? How does that work?
Yeah, so you register as an individual, and then you go in and create your team, and you pick off of the list of anglers that are registered. Okay. That's the only way I know to set it up. If
I haven't done a team one.
Know a better way? If there's a different way, let me know. But yeah, you sign up as an individual. So if it was us three, I would sign up. Jason, you would sign up. Cole, and then I would go in and I would hit create a team, and I would click your two names, and then you put a team name in there. You have it. So
gotcha.
Yeah, pretty easy to do. And Steve Martin says, don't sleep on the defending champs. Absolutely. Hopefully they can all make it in there this year. It does, once again, overlap the BOS championship. And it's really hard not to hit something. But I don't want to go too far in November for two reasons. One, weather just gets even more unpredictable. It gets colder. And two, we need time to process all this food and get it to the families for Thanksgiving, because that's what it's all about, is getting these food donations and getting food to families who need it during the holiday seasons. So yeah, that's the big news. Number one, Turkey Bowl. Everyone's been asking me all year, when are we having it? Where are we having it? Now you know. November 6th, West Boggs Lake. Get signed up. All right. State championship in our new event, which has been dubbed the Last Chance event. So let's talk about this. All right, so as everybody knows, or should know by now, the HKB State Championship is comprised of every AOY from an Indiana series, so IK, SIAC, GRBY, all GRBY Indiana series, and the KBF Challenge Series AOY, plus the champions, SIAC champion, GRBY champion, and IK champion will all qualify for the state championship, okay? In addition to that, this year, we're going to run what's called the Last Chance event. So the Last Chance event will be held on the same weekend or near. That detail isn't quite yet provided. I don't have that for sure, but we will run an event on the same weekend as the state championship or shortly before. And all of the top 5 anglers from each AOY series will qualify for this event, including the AOY, right? So if you finish in the top 5, you qualify for the Last Chance event. If you are the AOY or the champion, you can still sign up for this tournament, okay? And you can kind of block. So if you're familiar with the Invitational, KBF has kind of a similar format here, right? So top 5. Anyone who wins a tournament in the 2021 season will also qualify for the Last Chance event. So if you won a tournament and you didn't make the top 5 or you didn't get AOY, you still qualify for the Last Chance event, okay? The Last Chance event will have an entry fee of $125. 75% of that entry fee will go to the payout for that event. We'll pay out the top 3. 25% of that will be held back and will go towards the HKB championship pot. So 75% payout for the last chance event. But what you're really fishing for is to be the winner and to get into the state championship, which is a no entry fee event, which will have lots of sponsor prizes, packages for everyone, and then obviously the title and chance to go for that state championship trophy. That's the last chance event. Hopefully you guys like that idea. Trying to open it up a little bit, give everyone one more opportunity. Those people that just missed it. I mean, we talked about the GRBY race and the IK race being like crazy competitive. So now everybody's got an opportunity one more time to get in to the event. So what do you guys think about that?
That sounds very interesting. What did you say? What lake it was going to be on?
Yeah, so we're going to drop that bomb right now too. Glad you brought that up.
Nice.
So, last chance event will be held on the same bodies of water as the HKB State Championship. HKB State Championship this year will be held in late spring. I don't have the date yet because we still need to see all the local series and the national series put their stuff out so we can best try and fit it in on the right weekend. We're going to go for late spring because we're going north this year. We're going north. Last year we were central on Summit. This year we're going north, and we're going to be hanging out in the Syracuse area. If you guys are familiar with Syracuse, Indiana, we've got Syracuse Lake. We got Lake Wawasee right there connected to it. And then just south of that, there's a little place called the GRBY chain. All right, so something new for the state championship this year. We are actually going to have a 2-day event again, but we're going to be on 2 different bodies of water. Day 1 will be on one of those 2, the Syracuse Wawasee chain there or the GRBY chain. Day 2, we'll flip it. We'll announce which one you'll be on which day at the captain's meeting the night before. And our last chance event is going to be on Lake Wawasee, Syracuse. So there you have it. There's the locations for the state championship next year. No, Brad Oswalt, we are not going to Palestine this time. Not this time, but it'll happen. So my goal is to rotate through the state every year. So we were central last year. We're going north this year. Next year we'll go south, and we'll just keep rotating through the different areas of the state. And the goal is from now on to have 2 bodies of water for each day. It'll eliminate some of the issues that we saw at Summit. It will make the challenge a little bit more difficult for guys, challenge of practice and preparation, and really get us honed into finding who is the best angler in the state at that given time. So I'm excited. Hopefully your guys and your anglers will be too. So let us know what you guys think. If you're watching in the comments, let us know what you think about those locations and that format.
And
Jason
says, sounds cold.
Sounds cold. Well, that's why we're going late spring.
Late spring.
We'll miss the cold. We're not
late spring is technically end of May, even so.
Yes, exactly.
So
exactly.
Late spring in Indiana, especially northern Indiana, it could be 35 degrees, it could be 75 degrees.
Yeah,
you never know. It could be rain, could be snow. You never know.
You can think it's December or August, but it will be in the late spring. Absolutely. We're not going to do February like we did last year. Though it worked out. We got lucky. And that's
the ice melted just in time.
That's the part that scares me. We had ice the week before, and then we had an ice storm the weekend after. And man, it would really stink to go all this way and put all this effort into it and have something like, and of course, IK can tell you, it doesn't matter what time of year you have a tournament, you can have weather issues, but we're definitely going to try and put the odds in our favor, as well as, just have nicer conditions for everything. So, yeah. Wawasee IK, you guys went there this year. It's got largemouth. It's got smallmouth. It's the largest natural body of water in the state. It's beautiful. And there's 2 launches. The lakes aren't huge, but there's plenty of water to cover. And you guys had a great turnout. I mean, and the fishing was great, even with the conditions in the shortened day. So I'm excited about that. I personally don't know much about the Barbie chain, but I've heard from a few people that are in the area that I've talked to that it's a great little place to fish. So
it's been a long time since I've been there. I really don't have much feedback.
I've never fished that chain, but
Cole's never been north of Indianapolis.
I've done we did Tri-Lakes up there, and then Niona, Max and Cucky. That's about all I've done up north. So
nice. Well, I just started exploring it this year myself. And Merlin says that wind is mean on Wawasee. So let's talk about that real quick. That's a great thing to bring up. If things get crazy, the Barbie chain, much smaller, a little more windbreak. We can definitely move things if we need to around. And with it being a 2-day event, we can look at the forecast and try and make sure that we got guys on the right water at the right day. But yeah, great place to fish. Matt says, May, please. We'll see. It's going to be dependent on you guys, Matt and Jason and Cole and your guys' schedule, and also KBF and Hobie and all that. We want to make sure our top guys who are competing in all these series can also, compete in the state championship and not miss out on something else. And I appreciate you guys. Y'all worked with me this year to make sure that we had a good open weekend for that. And I expect we'll do the same this year. So it's going to be fun. All right. Well, that is it. Cole, Jason, unless you have anything else, I'll let you guys sign off here and get to bed or whatever's left of your evening. Enjoy that. Thank you, guys.
I gotta start getting ready for this weekend. I got Sullivan Friday and then White River Saturday. So this will be my first IKA of the year. I haven't been able to make it to any of them between COVID and soccer schedules and all that. So I'm looking forward to finally getting in one, and White River is always a good one to do it.
Absolutely. It's going to be fun. A lot of events. August is jam-packed. I'm getting ready to show the schedule right now and go over that. And it's just amazing how many events are going on in August and really just kind of, ending the season strong. So right. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for everything. And Justin, you got that right, man.
Amen. Hey, Sam, thanks a lot for giving us all a platform to promote.
Absolutely.
Right. And just chat.
Great job of bringing everybody together and getting all the information in one spot. It helps us all.
Well,
Absolutely.
You guys are the reason I do this, because this community is so awesome, and I didn't know about it, right? You don't know about it unless you know about it, and I couldn't find it, and I want to make sure everybody else can find it, because once I did, I was blown away by it. So hopefully this is helping other people, get to know you guys and get involved in it. And I apologize, I kind of slacked off a little bit on the postings and the HKB top performers and stuff. Just things got crazy busy and kind of on the back side of things as well. So I apologize to all those people that I missed with those top performers posts and that sort of thing. Try and get back on track with that. If anybody's looking to help out a guy, I'm running this all by myself over here. So holler if you've got some media experience and want to help out, because I could use a second hand sometimes. I got a lot of plans for HKB, but it's just all me doing it right now. So I appreciate that. Jason and Cole, thank you very much. All right. We'll see you guys soon. Later.
Take it easy, fellas.
Have a good evening.
All right, guys. Well, for those of you still watching, I'm going to do a quick rundown of what we got coming up in the state. So maybe if you're not aware of some of the other series, I can share that with you now. Let me share my screen here, and we'll go over this. Hopefully I got these all right. There's so many events going on in the state of Indiana I hope I got this in the right order. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. Last week we had Niona Raccoon wrapping up. But this week we've got White River and Sullivan for GRBY, as well as, like I talked about earlier in the show, SIAC's Weekend Challenge running from Thursday through Sunday. That registration is still open on all of those events through tomorrow, so make sure to get signed up. GRBY Trail Series is I'm going to be on the White River as well, so that's 3 events on the White River this weekend. The trifecta, get in there. Big bucks could be earned if you hit all 3. IK, White River this weekend, as well as we talked about. Your Indianapolis Knights are heading to Alabama for their last home game of the season on Neely Henry Lake. We need a big win, so send us some good vibes and send up a prayer because we are going up against an undefeated Alabama Hammers team on their home waters. August 12th through the 16th, GRBY wrapping up their Brush Creek and Raccoon seasons. So make sure, if you're interested in fishing those events, to watch out for that. Again, links to all these events are available on HoosierKayakBassin.com and TourneyX. August 14th is the IK Championship, to be determined on the location there. I'm excited to see what they announce. Wish I could be in that event. Any Knights will be back home that Saturday as well, facing off against the Alabama Hammers once again on our home lake, Lake Manitou. So once again, root for us. You can watch all of our games live on the KFL Facebook page and Pride Outdoor Network as well. We stream our entire game, so make sure to tune in for that. August 19th through the 23rd, GRBY on Bluegrass, Brookville, Monroe, and West Boggs. As we heard earlier, super competitive AOI series there. But even if you're not in the AOI, these are just fun events. So maybe go check out your first GRBY event or check out a lake for the first time. It's going to be fun. And then on August 20th and 21st, SIAC is wrapping up their regular season with the nocturnal event. You pick either Friday night or Saturday night, fish all night, and best 5 is going to win that event. August 21st, the Indianapolis Knights face off against our friends up there in Detroit, but they're coming to us this time. Once again on Lake Manitou. So root for us there if you would, please. And then on August 26th to the 30th, we wrap up the regular season in Indiana with GRBY on Niona and Summit. Those are going to be fun events. So make sure to check those out as well. All right. There you have it, guys. Let me know what you guys think about the Turkey Bowl and the last chance in the state championship formats. Doing this for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Want to get involved in it. Tournament registration is open right now for the Turkey Bowl. You can find that on TourneyX by searching 2022 HKB State Championship or by going to HoosierKayakBassin.com. Under HKB events and or search Turkey Bowl, and you will find all the event details right here. And you can click sign up right there, and it'll take you straight to the TourneyX page where we already have the Indianapolis Knights signed up. Merlin saying, "Hey, I'm a free agent. Hit me up. I need a team." So Merlin, I know some guys looking for some teammates. So hit me up in the DMs and I'll try and get you connected. It's going to be fun. I know of one other team that says they're going to jump in, and then a bunch of guys that are kind of thinking about it and trying to figure out who they want to partner with. It is fun, but it's also competitive. So it's going to be an exciting event. And thank you all for being a part of it. Let's see here. We got some other comments we'll get to. If you guys have any questions, comments, or anything like that, make sure to drop them right now. I know there's a few of you still watching. And please do me a favor, like and share this if you get a chance. Merlin saying almost did Barbie chain for the 5-county shootout. Yeah, it does look really cool. I'm excited to go up there and check it out a little bit more later on this year. I'm going to go up there and play around some, but yeah, I think it's going to be a great time, and it's going to bring a new challenge to the whole format with having two different bodies of water for the event. So looking forward to it. All right, guys. Well, like I said, the Knights are facing off against Alabama Hammers this week. The team's already down there. Starting lineup hasn't been officially announced yet, but for those of you still watching, we got Brian Sparks, Mike Elsey, Jason Cassidy, and myself fishing this week down there. I'm heading out in the morning. Wish us luck. And when I get back, we'll schedule some more go lives and talk about some more fishing with you guys. So good luck out there in August. Good luck out there this weekend. I know there's going to be dozens and dozens of you fishing. And I hope you all have a safe, wonderful week on the water. We will see you soon, my friends. And thanks for watching. Later.